I was adopted at 16 months by two Irish parents, and we moved to London until I was about 2, and then we moved back to outside of London, and I've lived there since. It's always interesting having to explain that you began life inside of a box. I'm sure I remember that day, but maybe it's just in my head. When I think about it too much, it almost doesn't feel like that was me. It makes me want to grab hold of anything I have connected to that moment. It doesn't matter that it wasn't the smoothest of starts, it was my start. But when I was younger, I used to be angry, because when you're young you don't know why. Like, why you, whether or not you have other siblings that were kept, what was wrong with you. And obviously for me personally, like, I was very ill and very sick. I needed a lot of medical care, but for like other children, like, you just don't know. It feels so far away from me now. Rows of cots and crying children in an overcrowded building, and this looming sense of uncertainty still sits with me, but it feels distant, detached almost. It shouldn't, but it does. Nothing is nurturing or comforting about it. In some aspects you don't feel like a whole person. Like, most people, they're like, oh, you know, you have your mum's eyes, or you have your dad's sense of humour, or you look like your aunt, but I don't look like anyone.
Yeah.
There's no one that looks like me. I want to go back to China, but it's a sinking feeling that I won't find what I'm looking for that stops me. I'm not sure I even know what I'm looking for. I'm hoping I might find some sense of belonging. I don't belong with international Asian students because I can't speak any Chinese, Mandarin, Cantonese.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know much about the culture. That culture hasn't been around me. My parents aren't Asian, so they haven't brought me up in that way. I've always been the odd one out. At school, I was the only Asian child in the whole class, and not everyone I knew at school reacted well to that. And then they found out my parents were white. In those moments, I wished more than anything to look like my parents, to fit in. I hated being so obviously different, and I couldn't do anything to change it. I didn't see myself as Chinese.
Right.
It was really weird. I remember one time I asked my dad, I was like, do I really look that Asian? Do I really look Chinese? And he just looked at me and said, yes, you look very Chinese. I was like, no, I don't think so, because my mentality was so westernized that you can't, the way you think is so different. But home comforts me. This is home, and this is my support, my safety net. I'm thankful and I'm lucky, but I'll always feel like there's a hole that I can't fill. But that's fine, I can be both. I am adopted, but my adoption won't define me.